So for mind soccer, you make a list of 50 to 75 short answer questions that cover stuff you've covered. So 4 is a prime number, or dog is an active verb. Whatever you've covered, short answer questions. All right. You divide the class into boys against girls, that always works, or left side versus right side. You're going to draw on the board a soccer field or a football field, whatever motivates the kids. One end is the boys' goal, the other end is the girls' goal. You're dividing it off in hash marks. Now, you take the eraser is the soccer ball. So you shoot a question, you do a coin flip or whatever, you shoot a question at the girls, you say, what's the definition of an active verb? If they get it right, then the ball moves towards the boys' goal as if the ball is advancing down the field. Everybody cheers. The winners cheer, the losers groan.
You're just like holding the eraser up here on the board?
Yes. Yeah, you're just here, and then you give the question, and you go boom. And you're here, and you give the question, and you go boom. So, to keep the game exciting, you say, that's right, but way too slow. Going the other way. So you can move the ball up and down the field based on whether it's too slow or not fast enough or not enough cheering. There's only one rule. Keep the ref happy. All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye. See you. Bye, Sharon. One rule, keep the ref happy. So someone, you said, do you want to complain about that call? Oh, too bad. The ball's going the other way.
Huh.
So
would you pick sticks or hands or
no, you're just going boom, 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 boom.
Kids?
Or say you give a question to all the girls, or one girl, whatever. So it's like this, very fast, and kids will do anything to play mind soccer. Set a timer, say, you know what, you guys have done pretty good. We'll play mind soccer for 2 minutes, but now I'm starting the timer and you've got to split up into sides. So keep it short, and the game should be over when they still want to play. So whenever you want review, whenever you want a big reward, you're going to play mind soccer. Incredible game. There's a video on it on YouTube, Chris Biffle YouTube, so you can check that out. Now what else we got?
Bullseye game.
Bullseye game. Bullseye game. All right, I'm going to tell you about Invincible Grit because I think it's our best game, and I've never told anybody. Yeah. Bullseye game is for your most challenging kids. So you have a bullseye, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. It's been sitting there for weeks. So it's a game that I'm going to play with one of my special friends. You take the special friend aside, one-on-one, and you say, well, you know, this game is a game I brought in for you. I'm not mad at you. It's just a game we're going to play together. Now, 5 means you had a fantastic day. 1 means you had a terrible day. Remember when you were fighting on the floor with Laura? That's a 1. Remember when you picked up the trash? That's kind of the beginning of a 5. So you model for a kid what a 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 is. You explain back to me. All right. I'll show you 5 behavior, so you model 5 behavior. I'll show you 1 behavior. They love it when you model bad behavior. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
So here's how you play the game. At the end of the day, you write down what you think you got. I'll write down what I think you got. If our scores match, you get 2 points. If our scores 1 away from each other, you get 1 point. Further than that, nothing. Now, this is the only time we give away stuff because we've been saving stuff to give away for our toughest kid. So we play this after Christmas, or as far as we can go into the spring. It's our last resort. You know, and when I know that you like Batman. Here's a Batman graphic novel. Or I know that you like unicorns. You know, here's a unicorn for you. When you get to 25 points, you get this. This is just now when other
long
people,
range goal.
yeah, long
Could you
range
do
goal.
along the way, like you got a 5-day super improver star, or if your
That's your
scores,
call.
whatever it is?
That's your call. But I would just, you know, because you've already
Keep it
tried
separate.
super improver stars with this kid already.
Because that's my struggle with and I'm going to have this battle with our admin too, because we have the school-wide discipline is this level 1, 2, 3, 4 from the clip chart and the whole thing. My struggle is, so what do you do with the individual behaviors? Because you have a scoreboard for the whole class, but with those individual behaviors. And the
individual,
one kid
individual behavior is going to be handled pretty much on super improver just by identifying
just that they're not getting stars, so there's the consequence.
Yes. You do the scoreboard for the whole year. You do review of the class rules for the whole year. You do all the rest of the stuff for the whole year. Super Improver starts in day 1 or week 2 for the whole year. You've got to stick with those things until you're going to see some changes of behavior. Anyway, so then here's the beauty of the bullseye. You had a terrible day. You put down a 1. I put down a 1. For the first time in her life, she took responsibility and admitted that she had done something wrong.
She wins 2 points.
She
because
wins
she
2
knew
points.
she had a bad day.
Yes.
Yeah. Took
that cool?
ownership of it, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so that's bullseye. Hang on a second. Let me see if this is my wife.
Neat.
It's not. Who cares?
Well, at least you cared about your wife. That's
That's
good.
right. It's the only one I care about. All right, so
White, they just got 2 points.
yeah, there you go.
All right.
All right, so
Do you ever, if they put in, they say 1 and you actually give them a 2, they actually put lower than what you thought?
happens.
And-
Happens. You say, listen, my friend, you thought that was a 1? A 1 is when you do this. You didn't do any of that awful stuff today.
And then good for them, they actually did better than I thought they did.
Yes.
But
And
they
then
don't
would-
get any points.
They do not, if they're too far away, you know, if it's a 3 day from your point of view, and they give themselves a 1, you say, I'm sorry, buddy, you're too hard on yourself. But here's the key. You've got to be honest in your evaluation or it's going to throw them off. If you're not honest in your evaluation, because they're trying to see the world from your point of view, which is incredible for anybody. It's incredible for 2 adults to take responsibility for negative behavior and not point the finger at anybody else. Challenging kids we've never had fail except one time when the kid was living with his druggy father and he wanted to go live with his druggy mother on the East Coast, and so he was deliberately, trying to get out. All right, so that's bullseye. That's mind soccer. Now, here's our best game. Give me your piece of paper there. Brand new game. It's called Invincible Grit. Here's the problem. I read a statistics where 2 8th graders, one really smart and the other not so smart. The kid who's a really smart 8th grader, if he comes from a poor background, he has just slightly more chance of graduating from college than the below average 8th grader from a poor background. That's terrible. But it's true. Poor families, no matter how gifted their kids, are not going to be able to send them through college. So that calls a major reassessment. That means it isn't just academics that we have to provide, because we provided that kid with great academics, and he's still going into a fundamentally unjust system. So the current word is grit. We have to teach grit. We have to teach determination. So if that 8th grader gets out of 8th grade and we've built into her the virtue of grit, that's more important than reading and writing and all the rest of that stuff. There's nothing that we're doing that builds grit. Building grit does not mean giving lectures on grit. Building grit does not mean you've got to be more determined. It doesn't mean pep talk. It has to be a game. So here's the game. So what you're going to do is, this is called Invincible Grit, and you explain to kids what we mean by invincible is can't be defeated. What we mean by grit is absolute determination. So we're going to divide the...
Someone's on Periscope.
Yes.
We're following the same people.
Yeah,
Mine's on silent.
yeah. We're gonna
Mrs. Shipley is live.
There we go.
That's why
Can
we're
we
all
miss her?
Wait!
All right, so you're going to divide the game into 4 quarters: first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, and overtime. Here, you're going to look for 4 skills. So in writing, let's say it is neat capitals and neat spacing and something else and something else. Whatever it is that you're looking for, 4 skills. If it was classroom management, you might say rule 1.
This is a whole class?
This is the whole class. Rule 1, back straight, eyes focused, whatever. Pick 4 things. Down here, they're going to be working on all of the 4 at the same time. So you're going to figure out a timer. If this is a pretty tough thing, then the timer is going to be 2 minutes per period. If it's classroom management, it could be 15 minutes a period. Now, here's where it gets really good. You have the numbers written there, 1 through 6. You say, what I'm looking for is improvement. That's what I'm looking for. You pick a poison number, so you pick 2 as a poison number, and so 2 is going to be a poison number here and another poison number. 3 poison numbers here, 4 poison numbers here, and 5 poison numbers down there. You with me? Now, we're going to play along. And I see improvement. Timer goes off. And I roll the dice. Now, the reward in the first quarter is 1 star line. If your number comes up and the odds are 5 to 1 that it comes up, everybody who's a player gets a star line. Now let's go into the second period. Now I'm looking for blah, blah. Anybody who's improving on that, timer goes off, but now we have 2 poison numbers. The odds are still 4 to 2 that you're going to get 2 star
So you would roll
lines.
a dice, so if it's not, say this, you crossed out 4, then they're gonna get the star line.
Yes, but if the poison number comes up, you don't get anything. So as you go through the game, the odds get higher and higher of you winning, but the rewards get greater and greater. 1 star line, 2 star lines, 3 star lines, 4 star lines, and in overtime, a whole stinking star. Let's go over that again. Divide it into quarters with overtime.
And that's like chunks of your day.
Yes, or 15-minute lesson or whatever, depending on, pick 4 skills. The last overtime is when you're going to be trying to use all the skills. Here's where you're going to write the names of the improving kids.
How do you decide that?
Oh, you walk around, you look.
So like during this 5-minute period, I'm walking around and I'm
Yeah.
writing the names of kids that I
Yes.
see improving on.
Yes.
Got it.
And here's what you say. You say, listen, these are the kids who catch my eye. Not every kid is going to catch my eye.
And then when the bell goes off, here's your kids, and then
That's
you already
right.
know which kids.
And then we're going to roll the dice. 1 star line, you win here. 2 star lines, 3 star lines, 4 star lines. But as you go down, the rewards get greater, but the odds are against you. So here's the message. You say, this is life. This is really life. You have got to stick in there even when the odds are against you. That's what we mean by grit. You could lose 10 times in a row. But if you've got grit, sometime in that overtime period,
You can get it all back.
you're going to get it all back. So it teaches determination, and it teaches what to do when you face failure. Listen, I didn't notice you here. I may not notice you here. I may not notice you here. The game is about continuing to play the game even when you're not noticed. That's life. That's what we're talking about. So you're at home, you're being good, you're not getting noticed. Is your option then to quit the game? Not if you have invincible grit. You're in a relationship. You're doing all the stuff you're supposed to do, but you're not getting recognized. That's life, my friend. Grow up. Play the game, play the game, play the game.
There's no poison numbers at the end.
At the end, there's 5 poison numbers
Oh,
and only 1. So it's,
And you have to improve on all of the things.
yes.
Do the kids that you've noticed get to pick the poison numbers?
I would have the kids at the beginning. Well, you could.
Because other than that, what was, besides getting called out for doing well?
Now let's do it that way. So here's my 3 improver kids. We're going to have 1 poison number here. Here's 2 improver kids, a 2nd poison number here. So let the kids pick the poison number, which makes it even hairier, But the beauty is that the odds increase and the odds are against you and the rewards go up, and you get rewarded and trained in grit, determination. I keep playing, I keep playing, I keep playing. So explain back to me how the game goes. Go, Marie.
You draw this big grid on the board, and you decide this is maybe from the beginning of the morning till recess or whatever
Yeah.
you want. And you come up with 4 class goals that they're all going to work on. And then you have some kids and pick, so that you put all 6 numbers here
Yes.
for the dice, and then let's cross off 1 here, cross off 2, cross off 3, cross off 4, cross off 5. And then during this period of time, you're looking for kids that are doing better at this, and you will write their names there on the board as life is happening. And then timer goes off, and then you roll the dice, and if not that number comes up, then all of the kids that are here get 1 or 2 or 3 or 4
That's exactly right.
or 5 star lines.
So it's a very tough, brutal game, but if you keep playing, you're a winner even if you lose because you kept going when the odds are against you.
And
What
even
did-
if a kid gets their name in the box every time and they keep winning, like they're still hardly even going to get 1 whole star, and you've now kept them
Yes.
trying to win.
Yes.
for that whole
You say,
thing.
what does a great athlete do? Great athlete
Practice.
keeps going, no matter the odds. What do we mean by hero? It's 1 against 50. This is only 1 against 5. That's what we mean by heroic. Who do we admire in life? Do we admire the person who wins when it's easy to win? Or do we admire a person who wins when it's tough to win? This is a tough game to win. I'm telling you, going in. And then I would also say, I'd say, listen, anybody who wants to doesn't have to go to overtime. Of course, everyone will want to. If you don't want to go to overtime, that's okay because you see how tough it is. But just don't interrupt the other kids, these few kids. It's going to be everybody. And it teaches so much. It teaches you, 1, you're not going to get recognized every time. 2, there's only one skill you have to work on at a time. 3, the further you go in life, the tougher it is to get the big prize. 4, even if you don't get the big prize, you're still building inner core strength. And 5, if you play the game enough, with enough grit and determination, sometimes you get it all back.
But do you play it every day?
I
No,
would play it once a week,
once a week.
you know? You know what, if you kids are good, maybe we'll play Invincible, we'll play a brand new game on Friday, Invincible Grit, and you've had the dice sitting there forever. And we had, the dice got me, I had Joyce Ray on video from 2nd grade in Las Vegas, and she was gonna roll the dice, and the kids were gonna get to see, did they get 1 smiley point or 2 smiley points, and 2 girls in the back did this. Just on a dice roll.
Yeah.
All right, let me give you my last point. All right, here's the deal. Here's where we're going. An experiment that they did in England just changed my perspective. They link up a monkey to a computer screen and wire her brain. And whenever a triangle comes up, other shapes come up, but whenever a triangle comes up, she gets a drip of honey. And then they measure the dopamine release. So, predictable reward. Every triangle gives you a drip of honey. Same monkey. Now this time, sometimes you get a drip of honey on a triangle, sometimes on a square, sometimes on a circle. Random reward. Well, when the drip of
Ping
honey...
pong on the scoreboard.
Yeah. When the drip of honey comes down, still a dopamine release. But the third case, you only get a drip of honey on the triangle, but not every time the triangle comes up. Uncertain reward, then the dopamine spikes. So predictable reward is not as fun. Random reward is not as fun. It's uncertain reward. But think about it, that's what a game is. In Monopoly, uncertain reward. In basketball, uncertain reward. So what we have to do is we have to build in uncertain rewards, and whenever we can get the dice involved, or that's pretty good, but it really gives you a frowny, or it might not have felt too good, but I got some people over here who did pretty good, not quite good enough. Make it uncertain rewards. If it's predictable, eventually they get over the stimulus. If it's random, they don't know what to do. But if it's uncertain, that's the slot machine effect. That's why people keep pulling the slot machine. If they knew every 5th one is going to give them gold bars, no one would play. It's the uncertainty of it, the sitting on the edge of your chair. So the more you can dial in uncertain rewards into your classroom, the more you're physiologically releasing dopamine in your brain.
I have a bullseye question. So
Yes.
the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that doesn't matter for how many. You said 25 points, you get
Yes.
your prize or whatever. So it doesn't matter if it's a 1 day or a 5 day. It's if you think the same thing.
Yes,
someone
that's
gets
it.
their 2 points.
That's it.
They're starting to take ownership of their actual behavior and what others think they're doing too.
Yes. And the thing is that it's so powerful because on a kid's worst day, they can leave a winner for being honest, which is exactly what we want. So it's building character and honesty.
Self-awareness.
What does the kid have to lose? By lying? You lie and you do lose. I mean,
Yeah.
you know what you did. I don't have to scold you, but I reward you for saying, yes, I'm a stinker. Yes, you were a stinker. What's going on at home? That's when you open the door, what's going on at home. What do you say, ladies?
I love it.
Love
All
it.
right. You ladies get to take all those cards and the power cards. Give me a few of them and you're
What's
out.
code breaker?
Code breaker.
What's that?
I'll tell you what code breaker is.
I'm not gonna let you
Code
go.
Code breaker is great. Watch. Code breaker is really good. What you're going to do is, any diagram that you have, it's a map